Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by and seeing what I'm up to. I realize that my audio is still not working correctly. I hope this video is a tad louder for you. I'm sorry if I'm loud and he was quiet. So please do like, subscribe, and share. We are working out my, issues with my camera. Alright guys, here we go. Kevin's got some update on our stimulus. Let's hope this works.
Hey everyone, me Kevin here with your morning show on stimulus checks and the future of stimulus packages. Today is July 17th. Having read all of your comments over the last few days, instead of trying to consolidate all of the jokes into a night show, I've just decided to put them at the end of today's video. So instead, we're going to start by talking about Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell. Holy smokes. Nancy Bear just pulled an Uno reverse card on Mitch Bear out on recess. 2 days ago, Nancy Pelosi was apparently willing to be flexible on the $600 per week boost. Well, Nancy has now walked back those assumptions, saying, quote, no, I'm all for the $600 boost. But again, what I said was the whole package will depend on what we do also for direct payments, which is essential. People really do need this money. Nancy Pelosi is doubling down on the $600 boost and stimulus checks to individuals. Apparently, what she's implying that she might be flexible on are things like things that Republicans don't like inmate release in the HEROES Act, or cannabis funding, which is also in the HEROES Act. Golly, this is literally like what I described yesterday, when I told you that this is starting to seem like a disabled horse race. All Congress has to do is run one lap around the field and pass the next bill. And this race started 3 months ago, and yet every day it seems like these broken horses can't even stay on the track. Maybe we should replace them all with functional bears. And I'm not talking about the Wall Street kind of bear that shows up on Reddit's Wall Street bets either. Nancy went on to quote St. Augustine. St. Augustine, by the way, is a city in Florida, which I visited in 5th grade, back when there existed those cramped and yellow things with wheels. They called them school buses. Anyway, she said that, quote, any government that is not formed to promote justice is just a bunch of thieves. Well, if I had to guess, there are probably 50% of you saying, oh, the pot's calling the kettle black. But anyway, Nancy did say that right along with berating Republicans for their tax cuts, which they passed 2 years ago, when she says they gave 83% of the $2 trillion tax cut a couple of years ago to the wealthy. And she said that now is the time to focus on spending money on the people via direct payments. She also reiterated that state and local governments must have funding. She went as far as quoting Jerome Powell, who says, quote, I call on Congress's attention, state and local government. I mean, that is one Shakespearean way to say that, but in English, I think Jerome Powell was trying to say, yo, Congress, send some money to the state and local governments that just laid off 1.3 million Americans are about to lay off even more. Come on, y'all crazy? We gave you a blank check. Are we a joke to you? That's almost as funny as not getting your 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit just $100, and of course signing up for life insurance in as little as 5 minutes. Now, Nancy Pelosi also went on to say that the Republicans' $1.3 trillion figure for their stimulus package idea is not enough and won't happen. Mitch McConnell called the Democrats' bill a liberal wish list, which we know came in at about $3 trillion, thanks in part, again, due to funding for the cannabis industry and the inmate release program. But there's also a lot of state and local government funding within that bill. Nancy Pelosi did say that you can expect, this is something else, we saw some hints of this in the HEROES Act, but this is a very, very high priority, she says. You can expect some sort of child care bills that will, quote, ensure every parent can go back to work and child care workers will keep their jobs. Well, folks, it's official. Life has become an amusement park. We're all on a roller coaster. Except before you get in line, that stick that normally measures your height now measures your age and how many underlying health conditions you have.
Oh
if
my
you're
God.
over 60 or have any kind of conditions, you get sent home to play with Legos, while everyone else throws a COVID party. You'll get to board a germ-filled and cramped cesspool where everyone ends up sick, and when you have to go home and try to play with Grandma's Legos, they call you the Grim Reaper. In COVID news, today we have shattered case counts, hitting the highest daily positive count yet, at 77,200, beating the previous record that was set 1 week ago at 67,791. At the same time, 44 states are now reporting 7-day averages that are up for case counts, and hospitalizations are growing in 32 states. Deaths are now on the rise in Florida and Texas, with just over 300 deaths between those two states. And CNBC just ran a news headline on live TV saying that Texas is bringing in refrigerated trucks and body bags. There were 830,918 tests conducted, which is slightly higher than usual, and puts us slightly below a positivity rate of 10%. Though many of us say that private testing by businesses can sometimes be excluded from these accounts, and our case counts are realistically much higher. The CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, has called for a world of compassion and calls on us to wear masks. Well, Larry, why don't you tell Congress we need some compassion? You know, think about it. If Congress issued $2,000 per month recurring checks, but said in order to get your check, you have to wear a mask, and everyone in your family has to wear a mask, how quickly do you think everyone would mask up? Now, I hate to associate masks with money, but let's be real, that's what other countries did. And if we follow the rules, the pandemic would end. But the problem is, you can't blame people for saying screw the government. The government has been unclear, and the government is forcing things upon us in reality without even helping us pay our bills while we try to comply with those rules. Now, I'm also not a doctor, and I personally encourage you wear masks, but let me just bottom line that. If you paid us, I think the pandemic would end, because we wouldn't be stressed out, and we wouldn't be fed up with the government's lack of interest in helping the people. Now, County Financial and Ipsos conducted a survey and found that for some, this situation is business as normal, but for many others, they're struggling. And geez, wow, talk about Captain Obvious here. My 4-year-old could write a better survey. This is like saying some people live in houses, some people rent, and some people are in Meet Kevin's courses, and some people are not. While people whose business is normal Photoshop their faces onto Mount Rushmore and their last name rhymes with Kardashian, at least the survey gave us some advice. Some of the advice they gave us was, number one, focus on factors within your control. Right, because right now that's exactly what we have. I wave my wand and jobs come back and my stocks go up, and I've just stepped into the Twilight Zone's tricked version of heaven. Everything I want just appears. That's like opening a fortune cookie at Panda Express during a pandemic that says, today is a good day for a raise. Yeah, if I had a job. They then go on to say that you should have a budget and create an emergency fund. Holy crap. Are we
with what money?
Five? This is like the most tone-deaf research I've read in a while. Don't you realize we're in an emergency? That's what emergency funds are for, and that fund usually don't last that long. That's like saying, hey, yo, you're up. Get up on stage and produce some rabbits out of your hat and turn them into a bouquet of flowers. Unless you're David Copperfield, you probably won't be able to do it. And even if you are David Copperfield, you charge $250 plus a 2-drink minimum, and we'd all walk away with a gift bag of COVID. Anyway, I think we can all agree that a lot of our savings are being burned during this pandemic, and this research report even suggested seeking out areas of opportunity, like taking advantage of the low interest rate environment, which makes someone so connected with us as humans, like Larry Kudlow, come up with ideas like, let's have TikTok operate as an American company. Then again, Larry Kudlow still thinks that TikTok manufactures clocks. The 5th recommendation they had was don't lose sight of the long term. The survey revealed that even in a pandemic, people are chugging towards their retirement goals, and that applies that our goals have always been achievable. Kanye West has a goal of becoming president, and Kayleigh McEnany has a goal of the media believing everything she says, and I have a goal of all of you building financial wealth with my programs like Zero to Millionaire Real Estate Investing or the Complete Guide to the Psychology of Money, Wealth, and Stocks all in one. But my point is, we've got to keep our goals realistic. Maybe just 1 in 10 of you will use that coupon code down below, which I changed the coupon code to a special today, and the coupon code is just going to be Larry. Good luck, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we will see you all later.
Okay, guys. and I am subscribed. Thanks for stopping by, seeing what I'm up to, dealing with my mess behind me. I'm getting there. My fibromyalgia and everything else. I felt like the spider just went down my back. Something went down my back. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and seeing what I'm up to. My name is Silkyfeather. You can call me Silky. Coming up on some reviews of my own items. Yep, the old weirdo. No. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.